Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Clover, a couple that loves to play board games.
And we love fun facts.
Fun facts.
What's your fun fact?
Did you know that otters, when they float down the river, will hold each other's hands so that they can nap and they won't get lost or spread out from each other?
I think they do know that because you've said it many times before. Otter facts.
Otter facts. There are only 13 known species of otters, I believe, in the whole of world.
What's the oldest otter species?
I don't know the oldest one, but
we'll come back with a new fun fact next video, I guess. Now this is our Check It Out series where we showcase various board games to you in hopes of inspiring you to try them, play them, maybe see if you like them.
And leading off from our fun facts, we're going to take a look at the new party game, Fun Facts.
Now this one's designed by Kasper Lapp and is published by Repos Production. In Fun Facts, you'll be working cooperatively to learn some fun facts about each other.
But without getting too far into it, let's take a quick look at how to play the game.
Now Fun Facts is a 4 to 8 cooperative game in which you'll try to learn fun facts about each other. Now it is played in 8 rounds, and each of the rounds, one card is drawn. Now the player who is the primary player will read the card out loud to the table. This one says, in general, how long after your first morning alarm do you finally get out of bed? Now each player has this little arrow and a marker of their color. Now you will write your name on one side and then your answer on the other side secretly. Now the first player will then place theirs on the table. And then the second player will place theirs either above or below. Trying to guess how many minutes are we thinking here?
It's like higher or lower is a better way to think about it.
So then the player after that can go higher or lower or in between those players. And then you'll keep playing until it comes back to the initial player. That player will have the opportunity to rearrange their arrow anywhere they want, but just theirs. And then you score. So the way the scoring works is you'll go from bottom to top and reveal arrows one at a time. Now if at any point the number is no longer increasing, that arrow is eliminated out of there. And then at the end of the scoring, you'll tally up how many arrows you have left, and that is your points. Now you'll play for the 8 rounds, and however many points you score will determine how well you do in the game based on the handy dandy chart in the back.
What new facts will you learn about the people around your table?
And before we dive right into the game, let's talk comparables. What does this game remind you of?
Immediately, right off the bat for me, this one reminds me of Just One. Everybody is writing down like secretly what they want, and then they're given an opportunity to like place it where they think it should go, which gives me that's where it changes for Just One, where everybody reveals instead. But this one's really cool because it gets everybody together. You have that scoring sheet at the very end, which I think is very reflective of what Just One has. And yeah, great party game.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. I think I was thinking more Wits and Wagers, mainly because this game is all around numbers. Yeah. And it's basically guessing where is this going to go in accordance to everybody else. Where I think, and without kind of the bidding effort, or it's less factual too, because it's very much subjective to each person. So you're really learning fun facts about each other.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's my comparable.
That is a good comparable. Without further ado though, let's talk about why folks might want to check Fun Facts out.
I want to say that I think this is one of the best icebreakers you can have in a game. Because every single card comes with a story, comes with a laugh, or comes with even self-reflection that kind of comes around to it. I remember there was a card that we played of like, from a scale of 0 to 100, how brave do you think you are? And all of a sudden, like, I never thought about this. Like, what does it mean to be brave? Where am I going to be brave? Like, is it walking and talking in front of people? Is it fighting a bear? Like, what type of brave are we talking about? And I feel like every card in this game really stimulates either one of those 3 things. Laughs, deep questions, or really thorough conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think just to add to that, like it is very, very useful for icebreakers, especially with people that you may not know that well, or you want to know better. It asks questions that you might not think to ask them, and it does exactly what Ilya said, is it provides stories, laughs, and sometimes deep questions. The other thing that I would just like mention with this game in particular is it's like super multi-purpose and very the best way to put it is family friendly. So like you can use it in a lot of different situations. Like I would bring this for work. This is a great game to get to know your coworkers or even like start off a retreat or however. I just think it's a very solid icebreaker.
Yeah. Now the last thing I'll add is it's a great higher player count game, but it's also an engaging game for the whole time. There's not one person that has to do anything. You're not waiting for one person. But even when people are placing their arrows or their tiles, you want to know where they go. And you're like, interesting. You're going to place yours above Tyler? What? That's bold. I don't know. And then you're really paying attention and you're really getting to know the group dynamic throughout it. It's not just wait till your turn to see what happens. You are really invested throughout the whole game.
Yeah, that's true. That is a really good point. There's also a lot of questions, so it's very...
A stack.
Yeah, it's got an exhaustive list. Well, is it exhaustive? They have a large list of questions.
Large list. I think over 100. Yeah.
But those are reasons why people should check fun facts out. Why are reasons fun facts might not be for a person?
Well, I think the subjective nature of it.
Yes.
I think sometimes people may not have the same scale. Like I'm sure you can jump in and provide some clarity, but I think in true nature, we don't want to say this means this means this. You want to really get the natural reaction of people. So even like the brave questions, for example, like what does 60 mean? What does 70 mean? Because there's not a definite scale, you'll have answers that range all over the place. And that may leave some people frustrated because they're like, I thought I'm definitely braver than you, but how dare you put 80? I'm a 75.
Oh, see, that's interesting that you say it that way, because the way that I think about it, because one of my critiques would be that the scale is relatively arbitrary, and you make it up like on the fly. Whether that's communicated or not, it doesn't matter, but like it has to, people will make up their 0, make up their 100, regardless of it if it's like thrown out there. But I think it's interesting that you say that when you reveal it, it's like, oh, that's cool, or oh, I thought that person would be this, or whatever. But I would actually say like it's more stressful to actually come up with an answer. Yeah, because like for that brave question, you're like, well, in most situations, I think I would like come through and be brave. But in very, very one-off situations, like if a bear was by me or something like that, like coming for me, like I'm not gonna be brave. I'm not gonna lie. I would be scared. And in that situation, I think that would be a lower number. So it's like one of those things. Is like, is 100 like I'm brave no matter what? I'll storm any, I'll weather any storm kind of thing. So maybe some blanking. It pushes your brain a bit.
Now, the last thing I'll say too is because there's a lot of those types of scales and open to interpretation, you are going to be making judgments about the people around the table where you think, well, maybe I lived in more places than you, or maybe I can say this better or do this better than you. And I think most of the time that's really fun because you really get to see the group dynamics and really get to know each other better. But if there's toxic friends or toxic people at that table that may not enjoy the judgments that are being made by placing the arrows where they're placed, it may not be a good experience. I think you will know best if this experience is for the groups that you play with, but that's a potential downfall of the game, but maybe.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of or a good critique. A lot of the questions I think are catered to avoid that, but there is a couple ones like picky eater, for example. Like how picky of an eater.
How dare you say I'm a picky eater?
I'm not more picky than you. But anyways, like what Ilya says is a good point. It can be situational, and who knows? Maybe buttons might be pushed during this game. So just something to keep an eye out. It's not a mechanical thing in the game, but it's definitely something that comes along with playing any kind of party game, really.
Sure.
So this one, it's just more apparent. Well, I think that does it for why people shouldn't check it out. Overall, what do we think about this game?
I can't stop thinking about this game.
Yeah,
I think I've been telling Tyler that I think this is my favorite party game now, because I don't think anything really rivals this experience. I really genuinely want to bring it up to all the groups because it's so much fun to even think how a group forms and how the group thinks, and even seeing somebody confidently being like, I'm at the very top. And the questions are really fun. They get you to think, like there's one here that is, how important is food to you? From 0 to 100 too. So like even thinking about that for myself and then seeing what everybody else says, and then you know a little bit more about your people, you feel a little bit more closer to your friends and the people around you. I think there's so much value that this game has, and it's gonna be my bring along to everywhere game because I'm always looking for the opportunity to bring it out.
Yeah, I think I mostly agree with you. I'm not like fully sold on party games usually anyways, so any large player count game that gives me vibes of this, or like Just One, or like Green Team Wins, for example, like I much prefer the cooperative versions. And Fun Facts is a cooperative game which checks the box for me, and I have a lot of fun with that. Overall, I think it's, again, I said it in why people should check this out, but it's a great game to basically bring anywhere. I'm excited to actually show it to my coworkers. I think it'll be a good get to know us better kind of thing, and they have been asking me about board games because they only recently found out that we review them. So it's been fun, and I'm really excited for that, but that's besides the point. I think this is a great game, and now we should move to the question of the day.
Now the question for the day is going to be a card from Fun Facts.
Oh,
how many times do you think you can repeat "she sees cheese" without messing up? I think I can do like 3.
I would lose this so badly.
Well, I can do 3.
I think I would say like 4.
Okay, try it.
What is it again?
She sees cheese.
She sees cheese. 1. I can do 1. All right.
That's so funny because I was practicing before this video, and that's exactly what I did. I said it once, and I said "see."
She sees cheese. Oh wow.
She sees cheese. She sees
that was
cheese.
terrible.
I don't think I could say it a lot of times.
I was overconfident, and this is where it got me. Anyways,
he would have put the 4, and everyone would be like, Tyler. But then we know he's confident, so maybe he has it higher.
Yeah.
That's part of Fun Facts.
Exactly. Let us know your answer down below, and if you're so ambitious, try it, film it, tag us. We would love to see your attempts.
The She Sees Cheese Challenge.
Woo woo!
I think that's like a Shorts or a TikTok.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed our video,
give us that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and even that bell notification, because we make weekly board game content, and I love hanging out with you folks.
And what are your favorite party games?
Exactly. Let us know, again, down in the comments below. But until next time, this is us checking out.
Bye.
Bye.